Welcome everyone to the 72nd edition of Master Mike's Wrestling Paradise. I'm your host, Master Mike Ambrose, and right here I'm at my chair, keeping warm because we're getting cold air the next couple days. Expected closer record lows in New England, like the teens. But in the week, by the weekend, it's supposed to hit teens on Saturday, and the Arctic chill like below zero, so it's gonna be cold. Well, let's get on to some hot news. Oddly enough, let's start with hot news on a cold night. Royal Rumble review. If you hadn't been watching or you just heard the news, Cody Rhodes kicked off the show winning the men's Royal Rumble and challenged Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championships, of course, at WrestleMania. And I'll get to the Bloodline in a minute, the end of the show. So that was the big story of the night, by far. And Rhea Ripley won the women's Royal Rumble. And they'll be challenging Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown's women's title. Also, and at WrestleMania. So, there's that. And like I said, the Bloodline main event. Actually, the main event of the show is Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens. That was the main event at the show. And, Roman Reigns won. And it was a good match. Real good match. Like a brawl, real fight. Of course, Sami Zayn at ringside with Roman and Paul Heyman. And, after the match, right when they were about, Jay was about to put the traditional Samoan garb on Sami, Roman goes, no, wait that. Roman's gonna and meanwhile, Kevin Owens is handcuffed to the ring, the ropes, getting super kicked every time by the Usos, beat down by Solo Sikoa. And then Roman goes, he has a chair, he's gonna hit, like, Kevin Owens. I remind you, if you watch old ECW, Tommy Dreamer did the same chair shot to Raven, where Tommy Dreamer would give the one chair, he said ECFNW, and hits Raven one time. It looked like they were going, in retrospect, if you look at it, that may have been what they were doing, but right when Rose was about to do it, Sami Zayn comes in and throws it. Or stops it, gets involved in it, no. And then he goes, Roman tried to hit Sami saying, you're doing it. So it looks like Sami's gonna, because to prove his law to the Bloodline, Sami's gonna do this, so Sami's about to do it. Roman has his head back turned. Whack! Sami Zayn hits Roman. And getting the loudest. And when Sami hits Roman with the chair, it's one of the loudest pops I've heard. Like 51,000 people in San Antonio, Texas are going crazy at the stadium where they're performing at. Then after that, the Usos were all pissed off. Jimmy super kicks and he beats down Sami. But Jay, who was finally respecting Sami because they didn't get along at first, just walks off. And he got a reaction to Pop, so they walked off, and it just ended with Roman standing tall over Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens lying down, and Roman and Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman all leave together, so that's that. Yeah, we're on the road to WrestleMania. And speaking of road to WrestleMania, we had Raw review last night, and of course, like I said, Cody Rhodes made his challenge to Roman Reigns. Was interrupted by the Judgment Day. And I'll get to Rhea Ripley in a second. Judgment Day came out without Rhea Ripley, and Finn Balor challenged Cody for a match later that night, Raw. Which was really good, by the way. Cody Rhodes won at the end with the Crossroads, and 3 of them, actually, and it was a great match. And Rhea Ripley challenged Charlotte Flair for the title. Called back to 3 years ago where she lost to Charlotte the NXT Women's title. Now they're kind of coming like a full circle moment, so should be interesting times. Like you say, starting the road early, road to WrestleMania. Builds Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber is going to have the 2 Elimination Chambers. The men's for the United States title and women's to determine the number 1 contender to Bianca Belair's Raw Women's title. And we got matches there. So far it's going to be Austin Theory's going to be the Elimination Chamber defending against 5 guys. And so far he's defending against Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, and Bronson Reed, who all won their matches last night. And there's 2 matches next week. Angelo Dawkins and Damian Priest in one match, and Montez Ford against Alliance in another. There was an old match going to Elimination Chamber. And then the women's, we have Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, Asuka, and Liv Morgan, all in the final 4. No, they were the final, outside of Rhea, those were the last 4 eliminated in the Royal Rumble. So they were all qualified right for the Elimination Chamber, and we got some matches coming up, and Carmella's in one of them, so she's back. She's on Raw, obviously, because she's married to Corey Graves, her husband, and they're on the same show. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what else we got going. Oh, the Super Bowl. Eagles versus Chiefs. Not, like I said, I'm not a big fan of either one. I'm not a big fan of Philly for obviously being a Patriots fan, so I might have to go with the Chiefs on this one, even though, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback, but his family's kind of funny. His obviously, Brittany Mahomes, I'd say more, she's a little out there. His brother Jackson's always, acting like he thinks he knows it all, because his brother's he uses the fact that his brother's Patrick Mahomes to get into place and be, a big star, he thinks he's so important. If you look at the clips, his parents, was showing a picture of his grandmother drinking a beer, which is nice, that's his grandmother and stuff, she's not doing anything, and his father's, saying, he said he's gonna smoke a Joe Burrow, because they beat Joe Burrow, the Bengals, so. Yeah, Chiefs won that against the Eagles. The Eagles, they got a good team so far, but I can't root for them. So I can't root for the Giants. So I guess I'll have the Chiefs on that one. But it doesn't matter because, Patriots aren't involved, so it really doesn't overly matter to me. Let's see what else. Going now. It's 6 o'clock. We got NXT tonight. I'll add a little bit extra. We're on next week's Vengeance Day, next Saturday night. So if you're cold in the Northeast, you can keep warm watching that at night. So that should be a good show. They continue to build to that with, of course, the main event, Braun Breaker against Grayson Waller for the NXT title in a steel cage. And we also had Roxanne Perez defended against the Toxic Attraction and Dixie Jane, which, if you watched Royal Rumble, Roxanne was in for a few minutes. And people say she should have been in longer, but they didn't keep her in long because she has to defend the title. They didn't want to risk injury, so I understand that. I think she's going to be a big star someday. She's just starting. Yeah, that's it. Let's see here. Raw next week. It's going to be a steel cage match with Becky Lynch and Bayley because the week before they didn't do it because they attacked Becky at Raw 30. Damage Control did, so we got that to look forward to. Let's see what else I got here. I'm just looking around here. Well, yeah. With that said, I've been reading some wrestling books lately. Got some good ones like Nitro. You got the Bret Hart book. You got the Ric Flair book. I got a lot of wrestling books I've been reading lately, so that's all good. With that, well, that's it. That's it. I'll be doing another show in a couple days. Obviously, I've been busy and stuff with work and stuff, doing some family stuff videos that I put on YouTube. You'll see. So I've been busy with that. And see you soon. I'll talk to you later. Like I said, it's gonna be cold this week, so keep busy. I might do some of these shows and have fun with that. Right. Have a good night. Take care. Bye bye.